Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second vlog. So today is Thursday, July 1st, and for Canada, that means Canada Day. So it's a statutory holiday and a day that I can finally get out and do a little work on the van. It's been crazy hot here and just not the weather to be out doing any kind of work on the van after work. So today I get to be out here early. It's 7 o'clock before things get hot. I'll be done. Anything that I'm gonna do has to stop by about 9:30 because it just gets too warm, especially in the van. But there's two things I need to get done today, or no, two things I really want to get done today. The first is I finally got my Kilmat sound deadening sheets, so I want to get those up. And the second is the rubber mat that came on the van floor originally is quite dirty. It's got some grease, oil, residue on the top, and the back is kind of dirty. So I'm going to take the same degreaser that I used on the van floor, and I'm going to give it a good scrub on both sides and let that dry. And I'm going to do that first because that way it'll give it time to dry. And then once that's done, I'm going to install this so that I can put the mat back down. I do eventually want to insulate the floor, and I'm still thinking about what I want to do. In the meantime, I just want to get the mat back down to protect the floor and give me something smoother to walk on, though there's still bumps and ridges because of course there's still the ridges on the van floor and I haven't done anything about that. So that is what's going to happen today, and then I might do a few other things that involve going and looking at things and being in an air-conditioned building because, oh my God. So I'm having my coffee, my one hot beverage of the day, because for some reason first thing in the morning I need a hot cup of coffee. And then I switch to iced coffee afterwards because I figure it gives me a little caffeine and it gives me a little hydration as well because of the ice in there. I know, for those of you about to say it's not enough, totally know that. I'm just joking. I do have my bottle of water, which I fill up several times throughout the day. So I'm being careful. I'm taking care of myself. Don't worry about me. But I'm very excited to get something done today, to be able to film something for you guys today, and we'll see how it goes. Here's the mat that was on the floor. I apologize if it's noisy. The neighbors got their air conditioning blowing there. Just gonna give this a quick wash down. It's bumpy, of course, because I had it rolled up while I worked on the van. And here are my weapons of choice: a scrubby broom, some warm water, this degreaser. It's the same one that I used on the van floor. It's industrial strength. It actually works really well. Got that at Canadian Tire here in Canada. Another scrubby brush, my same ratty old rubber gloves that I use for painting. Yeah, so let's get started. I want to give this side a wipe down and then the other side a really good scrub because that's the side that's got the grease on it. What I got for sound deadening was this Kilmat brand sound deadening. I ordered 50 square feet bundle, package, whatever, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Basically, it's a mat with a reflective surface on one side, and it's got an adhesive backing. And what it's meant for, it was created for vehicles specifically, for sound deadening, for in vehicles, especially when you're putting in sound systems, you know, fancy stereos and things like that. You often want to make sure that the sound isn't tinny or anything like that, and apparently that they use this sort of stuff for that. It's very easy to put up. I've certainly watched enough videos on how to install this in vans. I can't remember what percentage of the square footage you have to cover, but really every panel should have one of these sheets on it, and then you put it on the wheel wells as well. But you don't have to cover every square inch of your van with it. So again, all you need is an X-Acto knife, and they do recommend a roller to make sure it's fully stuck to the wall. I don't have one. I didn't order one. I'm going to see what I can find that will do that job afterwards. In the meantime, I'm just going to get it up, and then I'll do the rolling after once I find something that will do it. I imagine they have something like that at Home Depot. It can't be that hard. Famous last words, right? Can't be that hard. Good morning. All right, so today is going to be a little cooler, thank God. But enough of that. Everybody's sick of that. So I have my black mat. I rolled it up because I didn't want it to get wet in it because it rained last night a little bit. And I want to put it back in here, but there's some things that I need to take care of before I can put it back in here. I will eventually do a more formal flooring, but for now I'm going to lay that mat back down as flooring for now. But there are holes in it from where the anchor bolts for the tie downs were, and I want to fill those. I'll show you what I mean. So these are the bolt holes that I'm talking about. There's those. They were the ones that from these bolt anchors, or whatever the heck they're called. But those bolt anchor ones are the ones that I'm concerned about, and I want to fill them because they're throughout the floor, and you can see right through to the ground. You can't probably see that, but I can. So I want to get these sorted out. Also, I've decided I want to take these metal struts out right here, because this is where my bed is. And if I take those out, then I can take the wall to here versus to here, which gives me another, I don't know, 2 inches-ish. And that's going to be pretty cool. So I saw Will's Whereabouts on YouTube. Oh my God, great channel. He's awesome. He's in the UK, and he's building out a van very similar to mine. And I'm sort of following his steps because he's a total beginner, but he's brilliant and very funny, and so I'm sort of following him during this process. And he did that, and I thought that's a brilliant idea, because while this is nice and wide, having that extra 2 inches on either side will make a big difference. Also, I bought the pieces for my bed from IKEA yesterday, and They're these, the Scorva bed rails. And then the slats for a double-sized bed. And the brackets. And one of the things that Will did, which I think is brilliant, is he just mounted the brackets right onto this cross brace here. He bolted those in so that, and those brackets are adjustable. And then he ran them across, ran the slats, screwed them down, and then he's got a perfect spot for his mattress, which I think is awesome. So to me, that's a perfect way to do the bed because it's super simple. And you can remove it, adjust it. When I do the full build, we'll be able to do that. So to me, it was so much less expensive than buying plywood and wood, because wood is at a premium right now because of the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world. So actually buying this system from IKEA made a lot more sense and was a lot less expensive. So I'm excited about that. But first, we're gonna head to Lowe's, I think. Maybe Canadian Tire, we'll see who's got it. And I'm gonna look for some JB Weld putty, after doing some research, to fill the holes on the floor, because I think that will be the easiest, most straightforward way to do that. So today's project is to get that JB Weld and to get rid of these struts. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I've got a little crowbar, may have to drill a little bit out. We're gonna manhandle it. Demo, I love demo. Okay, I'm back, and I was successful. I found this JB Weld steel stick, and this is awesome because it's an epoxy putty versus the regular JB Weld that comes in two components that you have to mix together and then scrape on. Mix it with your fingers, soften it up with your fingers, and apply it firmly, and then you let it dry. I want to get started with this first so that while I'm working on removing these cross braces, this is drying. So you're supposed to just soften this sucker up and then shove it in there. I mean, I think it'll work just fine. Just feels a little, okay. Shove it in there and then sort of smooth it out. Well, I guess I didn't need 2 tubes of this, but it'll be a handy thing to have nonetheless going forward. Okay, I'm using ear protection because I would imagine the pounding to get that brace out is going to be loud. Ear protection, safety glasses. Let's make this happen. Okay, last thing for today, I'm going to roll the Reflectix down. I found this seam roller in the wallpaper section. It's kind of hard to see because it's light inside here, but there's light coming in through here, and there's obviously daylight coming in through there, which means that this door is not snug. And if it's not snug, that means dust and or bugs can get in. So here's the thing. Right here, there's supposed to be a rubber bumper that snugs against here, because this is the side door latch, the driver's side door latch on the back doors. It's supposed to have one of these on there, but it didn't. It doesn't. And that's apparently quite common. So I went down to the hardware store, and all I could find, I couldn't find black. All I could find were these little absorbers. So I think they're meant to go on chairs or something like that. But they're rubber, and they have a hole in them so I can screw, and I think they'll work. The video that I watched, they put that fellow had the same problem, didn't have this, had some gaps. So he put a rubber bumper here. He happened to have one of those black ones. I don't. He unscrewed these and pushed this back a bit, and it still wasn't enough. So then he came to the actual door latch and he unscrewed these and pushed this back just a tiny bit. I've got my impact driver with a hex bit that fits onto these screws here because I think I'm going to have to. I don't think that just installing this will be enough. All right, after much finagling and going through my supplies, I finally found a bolt that will fit in here and stay, that I can use with this butterfly clip. Oh my gosh, wish me luck. Awesome. And then I'll use my Phillips head screwdriver, just tighten her up. All right. Let's see how the door closes now. Still a lot of play, so I'm going to see about moving that bracket back. See how that goes. I just want to loosen these. All right, so there's a little bit of play. Apparently, you just snug it back as far as it'll go, and then tighten it up. Let's see if that helped. Wow, that made a huge difference. That made a big difference. Moving this back made a big difference. I didn't expect it to. You know, you watch these videos on the YouTube's University, and you think, well, that looks simple enough, but it's never that simple. But that actually was. So I think I'm gonna end the vlog there for this one, for vlog number 2. I got a lot of little projects done. I am a bit on hold because I am waiting for my insulation, which is supposed to be here next week. So I can't really put that up. I've also ordered 2 windows for the sides here to go above the bed, C.R. Lawrence sliders. So they should be here in the next couple weeks. But I do have my ceiling fan and I do have my swivel seat. I can't install my ceiling fan just yet because I need shop space, and my son is seeing if we can use his workshop after hours. Because I don't want to be up on the roof either in the rain or in the smoking hot heat, and we seem to have sort of either or here, and I don't want to have a hole in my perfectly watertight van overnight. So I want to be able to have it sheltered, but I am going to install the swivel seat. That'll be my next video. I have it, so I'm very excited about that. That I think I can do by myself. In theory, it's supposed to be a project that you can get done in a couple hours. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all your support and your enthusiasm and your encouragement, most of all, because this is not something I've ever done before, and it's a lot of fun, but it's also, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking because, you know, you don't want to get things wrong, and I'm a total amateur. However, I can figure out anything. You can figure out anything. All we need is the right information, and that's easy to find if you do your research. Hope you're doing well. Stay cool, and I'll talk to you next time.